So, I just did a long, long dissertation, but I will cut it short. The more we learn about psychiatric, it's all psychiatric. Everything is psychiatric, I mean, there is no perfect psychiatric hospital. There's no perfect human without flaws. Um, so we have to learn from our mistakes. And the marathon bombers were brothers from Middle East countries that suffer great deals. We can fix all that. We can fix that. We have Oasis now because we have gardens. We can put potable water in the desert to prevent, because they all want to come to America and they're jealous, and I mean, they don't understand, and we don't understand, and they don't understand. The Native Americans don't. Look at all the ethnicities. But how do you keep the Muslims from killing us? I'm going to stop this one. I'm not going to do it. It's too much. I mean, no one wants to listen to this much information unless I were to give a 2-hour speech about everything I've met, every person I've known, and the reactions to purple dogs just from all over the board, and things like that. But I do want you to know it's possible to have world peace. And I'm not going to talk about it. I could talk about it for 2 hours, and I could go on, and people would be bored. But I've had some amazing interactions across the country with people from different walks of life and different countries, almost all the countries of the world. And I'm doing this because it's the right thing for me to do as a person. And I will continue to do this. I can't stop. I have 2 dogs that are great conversation starters, but I'm always trying to figure out how to make things better. And I think Senator Deeds is a good example of someone not knowing what to do when a psychiatric problem comes to the family. I'm not going to say it's his fault, but that son and his father were at odds about what to do. And maybe he didn't want to seek treatment because of the discrimination that goes along with it. And I don't say stigma, I say discrimination, because that's what Kay Jameson wants to call it. And I agree. You can't go out and get a job. It takes a very understanding, educated soul to hire somebody that is openly saying, I have to take medicine for bipolar. It's tough. It's really tough to get a job. And with a guy and his expectations to support the family. And he was a musician, but I don't think his dad was thinking he'd do Jim Morrison. He was thinking William and Mary and become a lawyer, and that just probably wasn't going to happen. So expectations, just like the Muslim people that, parents that had expectations. And where do you go with it? I mean, I've been to Vocal, I've been to NAMI. So many people are excommunicated from society. That's the first thing you look at. You don't look at the fact they had breast cancer or broken hip. You don't look at the person as a disorder when it's breast cancer. But everything that person says or does or is colored and reflected in our society by the word mental. Chemical, chemistry changes. It's like having a glass of whiskey. Well, it changes, and then you go through another stressful event, and that changes your chemicals. So we can get those people help. That can change, and we can end the violence. Now that I see it was Muslims that did the marathon bombing. Now it makes sense to me what is going on, because I didn't know, but now I do know. Now I know. I love all the people I meet. I have such a good day. And even if someone's negative, it's more a reflection on where they're coming from, whatever's going on with them. And that's what the Buddha says, don't react to negative stimulus. And my son James right now is being very negative. And I think when he gets older, he'll probably see it differently than what he does right now. I'm sure he will.